Hello, everybody. My name is Gustavo Gonzalez. I'm a Chief Technology Officer and Oracle ACE Director working for IT Convergence. And I'm very excited about the news from Oracle last week on the new e-business suite release 12.2.7. So I wanted to share with you some of the key aspects of this new release, so you can work and start planning what to do with your current e-business suite release and thinking forward on what to do. Now, this announcement came just a few weeks before Open World, so we're very excited to have a booth at Open World and happy to schedule meetings and talk to you about your current strategy, the current business suite strategy. So let me start with mentioning some of a few things that we consider important in terms of what has been announced in this release. One of the key aspects which I consider important is the Oracle Application Framework user experience, and we have seen many new features in terms of the the user experience and Oracle Application Framework HTML pages. But one of the good things that I've seen on this 12.2.7 is what Oracle calls the admin personalization workbench. And this personalization workbench has what you see is what you get, the YC which is very important for those who have been personalizing the e-business suite for many years, and those who can change the screen, a few things here and there on HTML pages, what has been inherited, etc., etc. So this is very important, and this is a very good feature for those who don't have to necessarily be developers and have a lot of deep skills on development to change screens in Oracle e-business suite, personalizing HTML pages. The other technical aspect that I think is very important is something that they call themes. So within e-business suite, we have now themes, and these themes are very close to what you can see on cloud. So for those organizations that have both cloud and e-business suite working in coexistence, that we are seeing that a lot, well, you can tailor e-business suite to match the theme that you have selected in cloud SaaS. So this is very important, and we can see that Oracle e-business suite is coming very closely on the user experience, the screens, and the web pages on what you see on cloud and e-business suite. And that's also something important in terms of what we are going to be seeing in the future. This coexistence strategy is going to be very important for everybody. Now, let me jump into some of the functional areas that the changes that have been announced on 12.2.7. I'm going to start with procurement. So with procurement, there are a few things that are part of what is called the information discovery, which is a product that we've been presenting quite a while for many years, and it's an addition to eBusiness Suite that works seamlessly with eBusiness Suite, but you have to license that separately. So that product, you can have using, if you are using already information discovery, you can have in iProcurement auto suggest catalog items, which is a nice feature, mimicking what is the consumer experience. When you go to Amazon.com and you have these suggested items based on your recently purchase or the things that are on your wish list. Now, on that, and without just stepping away from the information discovery, we see new supplier onboarding for non-catalog items. This is something important in terms of non-catalog items. There is quite a few important items on the new features for that. What is important here, and this is on the self-service side, we have seen that there's a simplified shopping cart user experience, which it's part of this consumer experience, and that's something that will continue to be a theme in terms of what are the new features coming up on future releases. If we move into purchasing, not the self-service, just purchasing, we see that there's a good feature in terms of automating grouping of multiple requests to purchase orders. A typical case that you have multiple requests, and you can group those for improving the productivity. And also there is a very nice feature that you can validate agreement line amounts during the order and release submission. So that's important. Also, within the procurement contracts, there's a content search. Why this is pretty cool, and I'm very excited about that, because you can do a search, and with the search for a particular word or a phrase that will look into the PDFs that you have stored as attachments. So you can find certain text and review contracts with a match. That's very cool feature that is available on 12.7 now. Then let's jump into projects. So in projects, we have a few features in terms of project costing, calculated labor, project planning and control, some work plan life cycle, and then on the advanced project planning. So these are quite a few enhancements in projects that, for projects oriented organization, they're very we're part of some of the requests that Oracle was getting from customers. Then let's switch into order management. And in order management, there's a very cool feature that is called the milestone billing. And for milestone billing, we have seen that people was using project contract to do this billing based on milestone. Now you have that right in order management. So within order management, you can have this milestone billing, and you can set different items, 20% on signature, 30% on a particular milestone, and then complete it. So this is a very cool feature that you can do right there at order management without the adding into other modules. Manual item substitution after booking. So you can search and you can substitute after the booking, which is pretty cool. And then you have a few other enhancements in order management that are very important in terms of productivity. Now let's jump into logistics. So in logistics, there's a new user interface for inventory. We are seeing this quite often on new releases from eBusiness Suite, and for 12.7, the inventory was the screen that was moved from forms into HTML. So the material workbench for inventory was completely redesigned on HTML, and also in receiving and shipping, there have been quite a few enhancements in the user interfaces. So this is very important, and this is really the strategy from Oracle, moving forms into HTML pages, but not every form. Just those who make sense to move from forms into HTML pages. So there are a few other additions into inventory. In terms of manufacturing, there's quite a few enhancements in terms of manufacturing execution systems, as well as on the project manufacturing. So we'll look into that if you are a manufacturing company. In value chain planning, there's some functional security for HTML pages on the user interface. You can set within the screens how you're gonna secure those screens, which are important in terms of securing the information for your users. In terms of services, there are quite a few enhancements on that. What I would mention is field service, with self-assignment and labor debrief. But there are also a few enhancements on teleservice in the HTML user interfaces. So you can look further on that. In terms of human capital management, time and labor got a few enhancements, such as this is good to mention. For those in HR, you can do time entry for terminated employees. That also helps for the payroll and calculations on payroll, which there's quite a few productivity enhancements on that you don't have to rehire people, etc. Again, these are just a few highlights on the new release. For those who have seen this before September 13th, we're going to do a webcast with Nadia Benjedou from Oracle Management, eBusiness Suite Management team on the lift and shift, which is a very important topic, how you do lift and shift of Oracle Business Suite into the Oracle Cloud. What are the benefits? We're going to talk about business cases and as well as what are the benefits of doing that lift and shift, whether it's for your development, testing, or even your production environment. So look for the email with the invite for that. And for those who are attending Open World, we are going to be doing quite a few presentations at Open World, as well as meetings at our booth. So if you are interested on taking a look into 1227, we're happy to do a demo for you at our booth. So feel free to schedule. You go to itconversions.com and you can schedule a meeting in advance. Everybody's calendar at Open World is pretty packed, so we're inviting you to set up a demo, an interview, and meeting in advance with us, so we can talk about your future plans or eBusiness Suite, whether it's for 1227 or to the cloud. We're happy to do so. Thank you, and let's be in touch.